Let's talk about WinRAR. You know, that little program that's been sitting quietly in the corner of your desktop since 2005, occasionally popping up to remind you that, hey, maybe you should pay for it someday. But let's be real, you've been clicking close on that pop-up for years, haven't you? Don't worry, we've all been there. But here's the kicker, WinRAR doesn't care.
Huh?
In fact, it's thriving. And today, we're diving into the bizarre, brilliant, and slightly ridiculous world of how WinRAR makes its money. First, let's give credit where it's due. Meet Eugene Roshal, the mad genius behind WinRAR. Back in 1995, when dial-up internet was the height of technology, Eugene had a vision to make file compression easier and more efficient. He created the RAR format, which quickly became the go-to for squishing massive files into something manageable. Fast forward to today, and WinRAR is on almost every PC in the world. But here's the twist, most of us have never paid a dime for it. So how does WinRAR stay afloat? Let's break it down. WinRAR runs on something called nagware. You know, that little pop-up that politely reminds you to buy the software after 40 days? Yeah, that's nagware. But here's the thing, it doesn't actually stop you from using the program. You can close that pop-up and keep using WinRAR forever. Sounds like a terrible business model, right? Wrong. Because while you and I are happily freeloading, corporations are footing the bill. Here's where it gets interesting. Companies can't afford to mess around with unlicensed software. Imagine a big corporation like Amazon or Microsoft getting caught using pirated WinRAR. The legal fees alone would be a nightmare, not to mention the embarrassment. So what do? They pay for licenses. And WinRAR knows this. It's a freemium model that's free for you and me, but a smart investment for businesses. Genius, right? Let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer audacity of WinRAR's business strategy. It's like that friend who keeps lending you money, never asks for it back, but somehow ends up owning a yacht. WinRAR has become an internet meme, with people proudly boasting about never paying for it. But here's the kicker. That's exactly what WinRAR wants. The more people use it, the more it becomes the industry standard. And that's where the real money comes from. Now let's talk about why WinRAR is so good at what it does. It's not just about compressing files. WinRAR can split large files, encrypt sensitive data, and even repair corrupted archives. It's a powerhouse of functionality, and it's all available for free. But here's the thing. If WinRAR was a garbage program, this whole strategy would fall apart. People wouldn't use it, and companies wouldn't pay for it. So, in a way, WinRAR's success is a testament to how good it actually is. But wait, there's more. WinRAR isn't just relying on corporate guilt trips. It's also got some sneaky tricks up its sleeve. Take the mobile app, for example. It's packed with ads, and if you want to get rid of them, you have to pay. It's soft, it's subtle, and it's surprisingly effective. So there you have it. WinRAR is a masterclass in unconventional business strategy. It's free for you, paid for by corporations, and supported by a mix of nagware, ads, and sheer brilliance. It's survived decades of technological change, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. In fact, it'll probably still be asking for $29.95 when we're all zipping files in virtual reality. Thanks for sticking around till the end. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of WinRAR, give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And hey, if you've got any other software mysteries you want us to unravel, drop a comment below. Until next time, keep ignoring that WinRAR pop-up. You're not fooling anyone, but hey, neither are we. See you in the next video.